Ian, how are you? Good to see you, mate. You good?
Good to see you.
All right. Come and grab a seat, brother.
I've got to say something funny about this song, the Kung Fu Fighting. I thought Happy Man, and he came out with that song.
Happy Man?
Happy Man, happy from New Zealand. Happy to go, yeah.
That was his name, Happy Man.
Happy Man, yeah. Pink shorts, laughed at me.
Yeah.
Called me a pup. I was only like 19.
Beat him?
Yeah, we tried him.
Good evening and welcome to Surely Not Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting. Welcome again to our podcast number 4. Today we have a very special guest, and the title says it all. Surely not everybody was Kung Fu Fighting, because we have 3-time Hall of Fame fastest knockout, Ian Jacobs is in the house. Welcome.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks for coming, mate. We appreciate it very much. Thanks for coming.
Me too, mate.
Now, was that correct? 3-time world champion?
3 times world champion.
Fastest knockout?
Yep.
How fast?
1.8 seconds.
1.8 seconds fastest knockout. Is this world?
In the world, yeah.
In the world?
In the world, yeah.
No one's ever beaten it?
In kickboxing,
In
yeah.
kickboxing?
Yeah.
So is there
MMA.
faster in boxing or something? Or?
MMA, 1.3.
Oh, so doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, no.
Okay, welcome. Thanks for coming to the podcast. We appreciate you coming down. He's come all the way down from Brisbane. Just a little bit of a history. I've known Ian for nearly 30 years.
30 years plus, probably.
Maybe, yeah, 30 years. We grew up in the same neighbourhood without knowing each other.
Yeah.
Ian did various other martial arts, and we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
I did the Kung Fu from when I was 13, I started. And you started really young too, right?
Yeah, yep, 10, 11.
10, 11. So, 2 martial artists, been training all their lives, meet up in their 20s.
Yep.
Straight away, good friends.
Bonded.
So,
Bonded straight up. Mutual respect, no egos, no attitude, just good blokes.
No one wants to see if we can outdo each other. It's nothing like that. Martial arts is not like that. Real martial arts is respect the amount of work that's gone into what you've done.
Yep.
And straight away, he was reciprocal. He's like, mate, I love Kung Fu.
Yeah.
And that's another funny story we're going to get into really, really soon.
Yep.
All right, so welcome to the podcast. Let's start with our first question. Okay, so continuing with the podcast, Ian, pleasure to have you on. I haven't seen you for a few years, maybe 3 years or so. So I've missed you, number one.
Yep.
But for everyone at home, we started this podcast just to start inspiring people who do martial arts, and even the people who don't do martial arts, to train and how to train and what to look for. And we got Ian on board because I've known him for a long time, but he's not just a world-renowned martial artist. He is a great guy. He's been teaching most of his life. He's had many, many students and even world champions under yourself, right?
Yeah.
As you know, Ian's a 3-time world champion. Fantastic guy. And Ian, I want to delve back to the beginning first. A lot of people may or may not know your story.
Yeah.
I know you've got a huge following as well, so those people know your story, but maybe the Kung Fu guys don't. And everything that happens to people in martial arts is, funnily enough, the more we talk about it, it's really similar.
Yeah, very
like
similar.
The stories
We've always said that. There were so many similarities in totally different styles.
Totally.
There was some of the philosophies, the principles, how it works, how you fight, how you win, how you think, how you feel. Remember we said that we were training together for a bit, and we were like, wow, same.
We've had so many chats about the martial arts. Over the years, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Ian went down the sport route and became world champion. I went to a different route and started teaching. That was my desire. And I've been teaching for 30 years. You became 3 times world champion.
Yep.
That in itself is a feat. I want to ask that question soon too, just after you tell us about your history, because not just become a world champion once, you actually did it 3 times.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
To me, that's freaking amazing. Let's start right from the beginning.
First of all, I want to say something.
Yeah.
True friends, no matter how much time or distance, nothing's ever changed. Haven't seen you for like a few years, we're exactly the same, you know what I mean?
Catch up like we did before.
True friendship, doesn't matter how much time or distance, it doesn't change it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just want to say that.
Well, we moved down the Gold Coast. We were in Brisbane originally, and once we moved down the Gold Coast, had kids. It's just a different sort of lifestyle. Ian's got a child the same age as ours, so this would be good to. This podcast was the best way to reunite us. Thank you very much, and to get us back together again after a few years of being apart. But yeah, this is good. Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's start with your martial art training.
Where it all started from, black and white TV. Muhammad Ali, fell in love with him, 4 years of age. And championed the whole world, and I resonated with that. But then I could see he was doing something good for mankind, and I just fell in love with that. I was born knowing I was here for a reason. Do you know what I mean? And I saw Muhammad Ali, champion of the world, and he drove up this driveway, and the first time I saw him calm, he goes, "This is my parents' house. They never have to worry about other things for the days they live." And I went, that's it. That's what I desired it then. I desired to be world champion. I knew we weren't millionaires. I knew we weren't on TV. I knew if I wanted a voice to help the world, I had to be world champion. It's my way to do it. And so that's where the desire came. And then I was 6 years, Mum's like, no fighting. Didn't want me to be a fighter, you know. Dad's ex-commando and stuff.
Hold on.
Tough.
You said you were 6 years old.
I was 4 when I did this.
So 4 years old, he knew in himself that you wanted to be like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You had this desire to be a champion.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. To have a voice to help.
So it was in you. It was born in you.
Yeah.
It was you had a path that God or whoever said this is the path you have to take, and you knew it from early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being 5 months old. My first recollection of life. I heard my mum sing. I felt the love. I opened my eyes, breathed in life. And I knew then I was here for a reason. I just knew I had a power. I knew I had a strength, you know. And and then I was 4. That's when I desired it. And mums didn't want us to be a fighter. 6 years of age, we're moving from Melbourne to Brisbane. I'm in the back of the GDS Monaro. My brothers and sisters are in other cars. And the Muhammad Ali song come on the radio. And I just had this tingle through my body. And I just knew I was going to be.
So that's a sign. I believe in signs as well. Like you guys at home, a lot of people don't see signs and then use them.
You got to watch the signs. You got to watch the signs
because they're telling you something.
Yeah, totally.
And that sign can be this great feeling that you had, and I need to go that way, that direction, or that sign could be stay away.
Yep, 100%.
And most people ignore these signs, thinking that it means nothing. But I've done the same thing in my life.
Totally, always.
All right, keep going. That's nice.
Yeah. So back at the GDS Monaro, the songs come on, and I said, "Mum, I'm going to be champion of the world one day." She goes, "No, you're bloody not." I said, "Mum, I'm going to be champion of the world."
At
6.
At 6.
At 6.
Wow.
She's leant back and just gone smack, gave me blood nose, trying to deter me. You know what I mean? I never had bad parents or anything, but just trying to deter me.
Yeah.
And a fireball went off my stomach like the power of the sun. For 2 whole days, all the way to Brisbane. I'm going to champion, I'm going to champion, I'm going to champion, I'm going to champion, I'm going to millions of times. And then everyone's seen Rocky.
Love the Rockies.
I saw it when I was 10, and again desired it. I desired that to be, my world title. I'm 24 years of age. Ange Goosis from Australia couldn't fight 4 times. Cash Gill, world champion Cash Gill from England. I get the phone call, 5 weeks. 5 weeks training.
You had 5 weeks to prepare
exact same
for
as
a world
Rocky.
championship fight.
Yeah, exact same as Rocky, 5 weeks. And then that fireball that I had that Mum started, right? I'm in the ring, I'm fighting the guy, and he's hit me and the fireball's gone off, and then I've knocked him out. And as he's hit the ground, as referee's gone like that, my hands go up. Every single training millisecond, just, I was a 6-year-old kid standing in the ring. 6-year-old kid.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
That was
my mum's 50th
your
birthday.
destiny.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was her birthday as well, her 50th.
Mum's 50th, yeah.
So you had the desire from 4, then you got it fired up at 6. When did you start training then?
Well, basically from there, I was like 8 years of age. Bruce Lee come on the scene. Me and my brother would train every day, getting the nunchuckers and doing all that sort of stuff. Started training then.
Yeah.
Then we got into Taekwondo at 11.
Yeah. Is this where you got your kicking skills from? Because you're famous for your kicks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you're famous for your spinning back kick.
Back kick.
Famous for it. You've knocked people out with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did Taekwondo, and then Mum didn't want me to be a ring fighter and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, long story short, started kickboxing 18, 1 amateur, then straight into
So you started
Queensland
kickboxing.
title.
Who'd you start that with?
Wayne Spencer, Master Wayne Spencer.
All right, so Wayne Spencer is a name synonymous with teaching world champions.
Yeah.
He's taught you to become world champion, is that correct?
Yeah.
Also, Super Kick Vic became a world champion in his own right. He was also a really good kicker as well, wasn't he? Was he a Taekwondo background?
We trained together in Taekwondo.
In Taekwondo.
That's how I got into it, because I've turned around, my brother's gone, "Hey Ian, Steve Vic's fighting kickboxing." I said, "That's what I want to get into." And everywhere I was going to the gyms, I was looking at boxing, looking at karate. Everywhere I went, I was like one of the best of the best in there. And I'm 17, 18. I'm like, it's not for me. I'm just starting. And then so we went and watched Steve Vic fight, and I said, "Steve, I want to do this." He goes, train with us." And when we went to the gym, it was like a commando group. I walked out the first day, black eyes, fat lips like this. They weren't even getting out of first gear.
So when you sparred, you were hard sparring.
Yeah, well, this wasn't hard sparring. This is just how tough they were.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was just that. It was.
So
that
you were the best
level.
where you came from, And then you went there and you were the worst.
Well, I was only trying gyms out, but I would be one of the best or the best in where I go on. But here, I was just really put in my place, and it's where, I walked out and I said, Wayne, I want to be world champion. I want to look after these, my teeth. Yeah. But anyway, next day he goes, yeah, sure, tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, because he didn't think I'd stay. And then next 5 o'clock in the morning, Ogden Street Park, I'm going, this is perfect. 5 o'clock in the morning, we're like training twice a day. Great. Get there, doing the sprints, doing this kicking stuff. They're doing heaps. I've done not much, vomiting. He's okay, sit-ups over there in a green ant's nest.
I remember this story. He told me this story years ago, and he goes, man, my training was so hard that you think your teacher's hard. He says, my teacher put us in a green ant's nest. We had to sit in it and do sit-ups.
That was day two. Heaps of other stuff, yeah. That was my introduction to it, but didn't realise that, he's testing you, but at the same time, I was loving it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I thought this is the perfect
this is a real kung fu test. This is what the monks used to do back in the day. Yeah. Now, funny I say that because I just found out years ago, but didn't know what, where, how, that his teacher, and it's actually, you have to call him Sifu because his teacher, Wayne Spencer, was a kung fu man. Yeah. He went to China and studied Shaolin Kung Fu in China, a style of Shaolin.
Salam.
Yeah, Silam, which is Cantonese for Shaolin. Yeah. In China, and he did that for a long time. Yeah. And you said they tested him for 6 months. Yeah. He go every day. It's similar. So you just go. Then he goes. They bashed me for 6 months. Which is probably what they did to you as well. Yeah. Yeah. Tested you out. Yeah. This is a real traditional. The amazing thing is like, there's things that they call, the latest science today, he was doing 30 years ago. Eating raw vegetables, superfoods, all that sort of stuff. The Chinese know all this stuff for years, they knew all this stuff. He was so ahead of his time, so ahead. So that's also another connection because we've got a Kung Fu podcast and Ian's teacher was a Kung Fu man. Yeah. And he trained him hard. So how long between starting with him, Ant's Nest, etc., to getting your first fights or world title fights or whatever? Well, I had one amateur fight, then Queensland professional title, and then 4 fights. I ended up Commonwealth champion, rated 8th in the world. That quick? That fast? Yeah. Yeah. How long were you training with Wayne? Then it was about 6 months, 12 months. So within 6 to 12 months, you become already a champion in your own right. Yeah. So first was Commonwealth? Yeah, Queensland, Australian, and Commonwealth. Yeah. Wow. Wow. And then how soon after that, world champion? I was 24. 24, so it was like 6 years later. Wow. So 6 years of solid, full-on, every day, twice a day, whatever. Yep. Working your butt off. Yep. Best in the world. Yep. Where was that fight? Was it here? Melbourne. In Melbourne? Melbourne, yeah. And who'd you fight? Cash Gill, the first one. Cash Gill. Cash Gill, yep. Sam Solomon, the second one. Yep. And Gurkhan Ozkan, the third one. Wow. Okay, so here's the question. Now we've gotten to this point. Okay, you win the world title, now you're world champion. So why do you have to win it again? You're already world champion. Yeah. What happened? It's all on you. But did you lose it or something? No, just another world title. Oh, it's a different division or a different... Yeah, different sanction. ISK, WKA and ISK were my world title fights. Okay. Yeah. So 2 different categories. How many would there be? I don't know. Oh, there's lots of, there's a few. WK was the biggest kickboxing. ISK is the biggest Muay Thai European one. Okay. And then you got WMC. You got there's a whole different different bodies. So you won those 2. Yep. Did you have a break or something? What happened then? I became a fighter. I became a fighter, so I had a voice, so to be world champion. But I was going to box originally. So you're recognisable. You can. And then when I was 8, I saw Bruce Lee, so I fell in love with that. And then the kickboxing was both. So that's how come I started kickboxing. But being a world champion kickboxer, you don't get a global voice like you do as a boxer. Okay. So I became world champion, but I didn't have my global voice. I didn't, didn't give me what I needed to get out of it. I didn't get to look after mum and dad properly out of that. Yeah. So I quit and I did other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And then I came back. I went overseas doing bodyguard work. I came back. I was 31, had 3 fights. But like when I was fighting, I was so focused. When I had my comeback, and I wouldn't see anything, wouldn't hear anything. So your comeback was 31. 31, first one, yeah. Which in kickboxing age is quite old, right? Yeah. Well, not now. Not now, but back then it was pretty old. Yeah. So this is a really interesting story. And this is the story I wanted you guys to hear because this is inspirational. And if any of you guys are training martial arts, this is the stuff that you want to hear. There always should be a burning desire to get good at something or become successful. I don't care if it's financially successful, physically successful, martial arts, your job, your career, whatever you're doing, you need a passion, a burning desire for it.
And that's the word, mate, desire.
Yeah.
You can want something, you can need something. It's when you desire it, that's when the magic happens. So if you're looking at different things or options and stuff, and you go, oh, I need to do that, and I want to do this, but I desire that. Go for the desire. Go for the desire, because that's where the passion comes in, the purpose, the dedication. You know, where you go that extra mile.
How can you go under all that pressure and all that stress and all that training and all that heartache and all that pain without that desire? That's why you have to have it.
Exactly, you have to have it.
Like, sacrifice is massive.
That and fear.
Yeah.
Fear. You turn fear into fire. The combination of those two things, it's brilliant. And it's like bravery. Bravery is not doing something without fear. It's being terrified of doing something, but still doing what needs to be done. But with fear, when you learn to turn fear into fire, like I wasn't scared of an opponent, but I was terrified of loss. You know what I mean? So that's where, when you can direct fear, it's an unstoppable force.
Well, I think fear, I tell my students as well, fear will save your life one day.
Oh yeah.
Because if we talked about this last podcast about knife attacks and whatever. If you don't fear a knife because you think you've trained it in class, you're probably going to get stabbed. We talked about this, you know. Fear is what keeps you alive, what keeps you training hard, what keeps you sharp, what wins you world championships. Because it's that you want to keep overcoming that, and it's something that you turn into
fire. Like
you said, your fire. That's amazing.
Focus fury too. Focus fury. It can't be you got to focus. Yeah.
So you came back. You're 31. Now you win another world championship.
No, I already had 3 world titles.
Oh, you already had 3?
Yeah, I already had 3.
How did you win what we want to talk about is the fastest knockout. 1.8 seconds, I believe. Fastest knockout in kickboxing. How did that happen? Because there's a huge, beautiful story behind that.
Yeah, Dad, my father got cancer and went to hospital, and they basically, when we got there, they said, prepare yourself, he's not leaving. And I thought they gave him months, but they gave him 3 days to live. We didn't know that at the time.
So they said, prepare yourself, he's in hospital, he's not going to leave hospital, he's done.
And like mum and dad, like they were building. Mum was building the dream home, and he looked after the kids. His brother died, took them on. He worked away all his life. Mum and dad had never had that time. Like I felt for dad, but I really felt for mum, because her worst fear was dad would never get to see the house, and it's like half built. And anyway, so I'm just praying to every God, every religion, everything that's good. Give me a sign, you know. Like how do we say my dad? I've gone to the gym and I was that upset. I've torn a bag in half, and anyway, a long story short, ended up getting a fight, getting this fight with that we had there. And
just someone rang you up and said, "Hey, we got a fight."
Well, originally it was spoken about possibly fighting Anthony Mundine.
Oh,
so wow. And then it was a big fight, pound for pound versus pound for pound, and I was like keen as beans. I've told Dad, I said, Dad, I might be fighting. You know, I'm going to get you home, we'll get the house finished, because I think you've got months, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I said, how do you reckon I'll go? And he goes, just build the car and the mind will drive it. In other words, get fit.
Yep.
You already got the mind, just get fit. Just do the work.
Yep.
And I've left, Mum's rung me crying. She's gone, you're not going to believe this. Dad's pulled himself out of bed, 95% bone cancer, pulled himself out of bed, told doctors to go. He goes, if my son's fighting, I'm fighting. He lasted 3 years.
Wow.
And then Mundine's camp said no to the fight. It's a no-win fight for him. I haven't fought for 8 years. I'm a kickboxer fighting boxing. It's a no-win. You know what I mean? So
they thought there was maybe not enough money in it or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's a no-win fight for him.
Yeah.
He's fighting someone who hasn't fought for 8 years. He's a kickboxer fighting boxing. There's no... If he wins, of course he's going to win.
There's no cachet or...
There's no glory in it. There's no... you know,
gotcha.
And I'm dangerous, you know what I mean?
You'd probably win.
Yeah, I do that. You know, fight with broken arms and legs and all that sort of stuff.
Hard
do whatever
head.
it takes.
Your head is as hard as a rock.
Especially like when I was fighting for that reason. But anyway, and then they said no, but I'd also Tarek Solik came out of retirement, put a show on with Nick Gatto down in Melbourne. I was going to fight a boxer, a kickboxer, a Thai boxer. I had another fight. I was going to have my first boxing fight. I had a fight organised over in Vegas. I was just going crazy. I'm just going to get fights. I just wanted to fight. You know what I mean? It's getting Dad going. 2 weeks before my first boxing fight, I trained about 10 weeks, 12 weeks. 2 weeks before it, I busted my socket.
Sparring?
And I was sparring another world champion. I was sparring with people like Alex Leopold and all that, just testing myself, you know, like heavyweight boxers and all that sort of stuff. And then I blew my nose. I remember the last round, here we go. Another world champion kickboxer, and then bang, I got double vision, and then when I blew my nose there, you know, the eye pops out and stuff, and
oh shit.
And I'm shit.
Wow.
Gone to the doctors, and they said, mate, you can't fight
Okay.
I said, I don't care if I lose my eye. He goes, no, but you can brain hemorrhage or something. It could be really bad.
Yeah.
No fights for the year. I said, nothing. He said, that's it. So everything got cancelled except the show in Melbourne because it was a Super 8 that Tariq put on.
Yeah.
And so I've had about, I don't know, another 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks off. And I'm drinking, eating pizzas, getting all depressed because, I can't fight,
Because your eye was aching as well, sore, so you're just
I don't care about that. It was just heartbreaking. I couldn't fight for that, and everything's got cancelled. 10 days before the fight, I go and get an MRI, and the doctor goes,
"It's good.
Your eye's healed. You can fight if you want." And I said, "You're kidding."
10 days before the fight in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 10 days to lose 15 kilos.
Because were you overweight, were you?
Totally.
You were 15 kilos overweight.
15 kilos overweight. 10 days, 15
It's taken
kilos.
me like a year to lose like 3 kilos.
Yeah.
How do you lose 15 kilos in 10 days?
Bad. Not good. Not
Really?
good. Yeah, kidney, liver damage from it. Not badly, but just set myself anemic.
Yeah.
And
but wouldn't your energy also be depleted?
Oh, mate, I'm thinking it's because I haven't eaten that I kept on nearly passing out in training.
Yeah.
I was anemic at the same time.
Okay. So low on iron.
On the fight night, I was that dehydrated. I had to put Vaseline in my mouth to stop my tongue from sticking to my mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then anyway, 1.8 seconds, so that was all right.
We're going to put a clip up of this fight because it is 1.8 seconds. So we're going to put this clip up and you'll see it probably now.
Than a seafood platter. As always, here's a cardio machine stand. The only question mark is, will ring rust affect Ian Jacobs? He's hurt him! My word, one strike! He's got him! This is incredible! The big kibosh! It may be the fastest knockout in kickboxing history! It's faster than Longani's Alexio! Catch good night, Irene! Stand! I'm sorry, Bobby, your crowd's been patient! One kick and it's good night, Irene!
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Actually, I take it back. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Because I just seen it. Ian Jacobs making short work of the headhunter. And the headhunter, now that he's realised it's all over.
The fastest knockout in kickboxing history. This is one for the highlight reel. Flying front kick, one shot on stand.
Unbelievable.
Off the power leg stand, he chambered the back leg to the front. He switched up. That was full pound airborne. Oh my word, I have never ever in all of my days seen anything like that.
Okay, we're back. That clip is freaking amazing. First thing I want to talk about really quickly, Ian, you did like a scissors kick. Scissors kick?
Yeah, jumping front kick.
Jumping front kick.
What people don't realise is I wasn't actually jumping at him. I've run to the side.
Yep.
I look at his leg.
Yep.
And so the only thing he can really do from there is like a chopping leg kick. So
Yep.
he's gone to check it, and I sped it up and come through the centre.
Which is something people don't train normally.
No.
People wouldn't train that.
No.
Like we do jumping front kicks as well.
Yeah.
And years ago you told me this story.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I said, we train this technique, but I can't exactly see how you do it. How did you get in?
Yeah.
Because most people from that distance, because you came from your corner,
yeah,
and he was in his corner,
yeah,
and he moved out one step or so.
Yeah.
You rushed through across the ring, put him under pressure, and
well,
then
a lot of fighters, it's called run into it. You don't run at a fighter, and you don't run at a fighter. An experienced fighter, one of the worst things is like you run at them because it's called run into it. When someone's set, they're going to hit you, bang, you run into it.
Yeah.
But because I used to be a teenager, like clubbing and getting fights with men and stuff, and get like there'd be a group of people, I can't stay still. They get you. I learned how to run through a fight, so I'd run through it, and you go like so. It's a mastery. How to close that gap is one of the most underestimated things in fighting. You got to close that gap. That's the real thing that has to be mastered.
Yeah.
Get in there quick. Get in. Hit fast. Yeah. Always fast first, then hard, or fast and hard.
Yeah.
Not just hard.
Yeah.
You won't do it. You know what I mean? It's just got to be that. And it's changing the timing. It's getting in there. Number one rule of fighting: hit and don't be hit. Whatever it is. Number two.
You can't be a brick. You can't just be a brick and be thrown at someone.
No.
You've got to be a clever brick.
Yeah, you got to be a clever brick, exactly. Hit and don't be hit. When you look at everything there is in fighting, they do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Basically, you want to think of hit and don't be hit.
Yeah.
If you get hit, hit. And when in doubt, knock them out.
Yeah.
Burn the boats.
Yeah. So if we go back to our system, the Kung Fu, the Grandmaster Yip Soi, which you've met, and we'll talk about that soon.
Yes.
He was nicknamed Slippery Pip Now that nickname was given to him when he fought the Dragon Master in Hong Kong years ago, and he couldn't be touched. And he just kept hitting this guy, and he couldn't be touched. So he was a slippery pip. The second you get a touch on him or get close to him, he wasn't there. He was like disappeared.
Wow,
and then he'd hit, and then he'd be disappeared, and then he'd hit, and then he'd be disappeared.
Yep.
Exactly what you're saying.
Yep.
This is in our Kung Fu, guys. This is how we
Yep.
use our martial art as well. You know, the key to martial arts is definitely don't get hit.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful, fantastic defense. And
the
a lot of
footwork,
people,
like you're saying, the footwork. Be first, distancing, timing. You know, like once you understand how to strike correctly, the second you're in there, it's be first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, be first and then move. And like Muhammad Ali, you can't hit what you can't touch. Bruce Lee, you know, the footwork, you know, the fencing.
Grandmaster
bang, bang.
NCK, what does he say?
Yep.
Just go. Be the first. Be the first there. People in our system, especially, this is why it's great to have Ian here, because he's had multiple fight experience on the streets and in the ring. People neglect in our style footwork. Footwork is vital. We do a lot of footwork in Chow Kung Fu, and everyone who out there who trains martial arts, spend a lot of time on your footwork. Would you agree?
Any pound for pound fighter, any style, perfect footwork, or thereabouts perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like when Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones.
Yep.
Roy Jones used to play basketball before he'd go and have a fight. Supreme footwork. And when they said, who do you think's going to win? I said, whoever's got the footwork's going to win.
Yeah.
And Tyson did. And watch his last fight, he wasn't working on his feet correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an underestimated thing.
Yep.
If you can't move, you're a punching bag.
Yep.
When you,
I don't know how many times we've said this in class too. We've said the same thing. A lot of people have concrete boots on in this style. And if you can't get your hand to reach his head because the guy's going to move, he's not going to stand still.
Yeah.
If your footwork hasn't got good distance, good timing, good evasion,
and balance everything.
great balance,
Yep.
and your feet have to move fast. Sometimes faster than your hands.
Totally. And that's, you usually find most, like even boxers and kickboxers, predominantly 90%, their hands are in front of the footwork.
Yeah.
But you watch the best of them, their footwork, it's the same. Yeah, the footwork's such an important
And they
thing.
time their body perfectly together, feet and hands.
When you watch fighting, you watch a boxing, when you see a guy's heels hit the ground, when his hands come down, that's it. He's basically, unless he's goading, he's out. He's gone. You watch that footwork, you watch the fight, how they balance and they stay. Like I have this thing where you don't put your head or your shoulders over your feet. If you do, your foot's got to go.
Yeah,
And if your head goes like that,
which is a center of gravity.
Yeah, you're just constantly in that power. Like when you do that, like for me, I'm about 180, 200 kilos when I'm set. You get someone on one foot, they're like 20.
Yes.
And that's where you watch that balance. As soon as it's like speed first, hit and don't be hit, hit and don't be hit, right? The second someone's off balance, you power, and power is your defense. You just
got 'em.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
And that's how I got rated 8th in the world in 4 fights. All I knew how to do was bridge that gap really good.
Yep.
Hit hard, hit fast, hit hard, and don't stop till they drop. Do you know what I mean? And if I did, I'd come back.
Yep.
And I'd just stay away. And that's how you beat a skilled fighter. It's just that one basic thing. You know?
I hope this resonates with you guys, because I've been teaching for a long time too, and everything we talk about is like, it's what we do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in our style don't do it.
Yeah,
They
but it's
don't
funny,
do it.
we're doing it again now. Remember we did it the first time when we met?
When we
first
talk,
trained.
we go, yeah, we do that. We do this.
We train together. I've got goosebumps right now. When we train together, we're like, that's the same as this, that's the same as this. And we're doing it again now, you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, so let's get back to that fight we saw the clip of, 1.8 seconds. You did a little evasion, and then you did the skipping side kick. He didn't expect it, obviously. He went to check.
Yeah, he's going to check,
You got him straight in the body, see you later, good night.
Boom,
Yeah, full power, done. 1.8 seconds, and you saw the clip. But just before that, when you won your second world title fight, tell me the story. Tell me the story about, because we want to talk about winning and losing. Like, not everything is about always winning. So a lot of things are about this, and I want this to be an inspiration to people who are training. Because
Not my second world title fight, the fight after that was a round tournament.
Yep.
And the fight after that, I got stopped.
Yeah.
I was anemic. I started punching the first round, and then I've dropped him twice, and I started passing out. And then I got beaten.
So you didn't have the energy, you didn't have the...
Oh, I was I was passing out and got hit. A lot of people thought I took a dive, but I didn't.
Okay.
I was anemic. There was no oxygen getting in my brain.
Is this where you had to lose 15 kilos?
Yeah. This is the fight. This is the fight after this one. But the thing is, in my head, I had, I can't win, I can't lose. Right? Everyone's going, what are you doing here? Why are you jeopardizing your name and your career? I go, man, this is for my dad. I don't care if I win. I can't win, I can't lose. But that was my mindset. That was my mindset in the fight. I didn't win the tournament, but I won Guinness World's Fastest Record for knockout.
So really it's win-win. Yeah.
You didn't win, didn't lose. Where your head's at. And it's like my second world title fight. I'm going to the ring, and Matt Baker is my masseur, he's like my brother. You know what I mean? He's a cut man, he's a corner guy. Going to the ring, and when I fight, like, I'm so focused, you cannot get in my space.
Yeah.
And he's gone, break a leg, mate. And I've never heard
Oh,
that.
he said to you just before you went into the fight?
No, we're on the way to the ring. That's
an acting thing. That's not a fight thing. That's for acting.
But I never heard the saying.
Yeah.
And I stopped and gone, what? What the? And
Did you get
I'm
angry?
swearing. Oh man, I stopped 4 times on the way going, what did you say? And he's trying to tell me it means good luck. And I'm trying to get back into the fight. My head's going, first round, guess what happens? Snap my fibula.
You snapped your fibula.
Snap my fibula.
How does that happen? How does that happen in a fight?
Oh, I did a spinning back kick. He's doing a front kick, and it's hit. These heels hit there, and there's a photo of it, I think.
Yeah.
And it's my foot's like that.
Wow.
But when I've dropped him, and then, excuse me, and then I thought I had busted tendons, and I turned my foot stayed still, and my knee went sideways, and I just went on one bit of iron. One bit of iron. So 5 rounds.
So you kept fighting?
Yeah.
With this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Had to. That's what I do.
Wow.
But this is where Wayne's tensio thing. I just one muscle.
You were trained
one bit
that
iron.
hard by Wayne Spencer that even when you had a broken leg, you didn't stop.
Well, people say to you, how do you fight with a broken leg? I said, that's easy. I break my hand 2 weeks before a fight, you go punch a bag. I said, Wayne, I've got a broken hand. You go, you want to fight in 2 weeks? Punch a bag, otherwise don't fight. He didn't care. I break my toe, run. Do you know what I mean? That was his whole, that's hard.
He was a tough trainer.
In a fight, when you know, it's a lot different, you've got adrenaline.
Yeah. He was a tough trainer, yeah?
Very tough.
I think I've said this a few times before with my students, and maybe there's on other podcasts we've talked about it. Yeah. Train hard so the fight is easy. Now we're not going to say
hard and smart.
Yeah, of course.
And smart.
But we're not saying that when you do get into a fight, it's going to be easy. But if you train hard, then at least you have a good chance.
Success starts when everyone else stops.
Yeah.
So when you're training and you're tired and you're fatigued, focus under fatigue, calm under chaos, you want to have all that crazy stuff going on, and that's when you start. That's when you turn this on.
Yeah.
You know, you get that higher. Just refuse to get slower. Refuse to get weaker. You know what I mean? And that becomes your instinct. You know, one of the best fighters I've ever seen do this is Costa Tszyu.
Oh yeah.
You watch Costa Tszyu. Like you watch a lot of people hit the bags and they get tired and they have a rest and like if you get half knocked out and you're resting and someone's in front of you,
it's over.
But he doesn't have that, right? The tighter you get, the more you go. You stay disciplined, stay moving, stay hard, hit faster.
Yeah.
Perfect. He's the highlight. You watch him; he's so composed and controlled. But you watch closely, he all of a sudden he's going bang, 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 bang. He's going off, like really going at someone.
Yeah.
That's when he's half knocked out. That was his backup.
Okay.
So when you watch closely,
so he'd go stronger
he'd take his time, bang, bang, and knock people out.
Yeah.
But then someone would hit him and half knock him out. He'd just go boom, 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 boom. You know, like that was his backup.
Wow.
That was his instinct. He'd be half knocked out, going like Mike Tyson.
Now that comes back to your training.
100%.
That's training.
100%.
Whatever you train is what you're going to do.
Yep.
You're probably going to do it at a lesser extent because adrenaline, whatever, people like the lights and the cameras, the action.
Yep.
So you need to train twice as hard.
Yeah.
So that at least you have a chance when you're actually fighting. You know. And speaking from experience, like he's had a lot of fights, lots of ring fights, lots of street fights.
When I was
like
younger.
you'd know fighting.
Yeah.
We talk. Look, all this stuff. We're old now. Like we're in our 50s.
Didn't start fights, but finished a lot.
We don't look it. I mean, you look 30. I look 16.
Yeah, exactly. Sweet 16.
We're pretty old. We're in our 50s now. But when we were young, with training, we wanted to be the best at what we did. We had fights. Now we regret it. Like I regret half the fights I got into. You're probably the same. And then the other half is like, no, those people deserved it.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. All right, I'm going to leave this segment here. That's a really interesting, inspirational story about determination, mindset, pushing yourself past limits. Don't just get comfortable. Don't get, what's the word for it?
Be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and
like
that place,
enjoy
be
it.
comfortable being tired. That's where you really test yourself. That's where you start. Success starts where everyone else stops. So when you're absolutely spent, you're tired, you don't want to go training, make yourself go training.
Yeah.
Train on your conditions.
Well, if you only trained when you felt good, how often would you train?
Yeah, exactly.
Not much. We talked about this last podcast, exactly the same thing. Train when you feel your worst, because if you can do that, then training when you're feeling okay is fine.
And one of the ones is like, if you're getting sick or you're sick, or you're getting a cold, when it's at the beginning or at the end, especially at the beginning, start your training session, get all hyped up, stop, drink water, make sure you're dry, not getting a sweat. It's not scientifically proven, but I've done it for myself and many others.
Yeah.
Your body gets ready for a big workout. So you get all this strength for your immune system. You know what I mean? Like you tease it, get it up, and then stop.
Yeah.
So it's that condition, you don't push yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise you make
You can
yourself
still light
sicker.
train.
Yeah, just
Light
tease
train.
it and then stop.
Tell your body that, hey, you need to
Yeah.
pep up. We're about to go into fight or flight mode.
Yep.
Yeah, pep yourself up, get all this stuff going. Yeah.
And breathe.
Mate, this is amazing. Let's go to the next segment and next question. Thank you. Okay, thanks for sticking this long. And if you have been sticking this long, please like, subscribe, share. It's fantastic to have Ian with us. The stories are freaking amazing. And while we've still got him here, I want to ask you some more questions about your fighting.
Yep.
Because you told us you broke your fibia, you kept fighting. But then there's another story not long after, right?
Yeah.
Tell us that story, because that's interesting.
My last world title fight was with Gurkhan Ozkan, so I had 8 weeks to get ready.
Can I say something? Sorry.
Yeah.
Gurkhan, if you don't know, people who are a bit younger, Gurkhan Ozkan is a Turkish man.
Turkish.
He was in Melbourne. He was one of the toughest and meanest and most powerful fighters in Australia, probably one of the world ones as well.
Yeah.
He knocked everybody out. He was a hard, powerful hitter, and keep going.
Yeah. So I had 8 weeks to get ready. I'm training on one leg, basically. For
Because you
5
had the
weeks.
broken leg.
I had the broken leg in the cast. 3 weeks before we ripped the cast off.
So all your training was done one leg.
Not all of it. 3 weeks before, took the cast off. I was meant to get out of the plaster the day I fought, but then, so we took it off, moving around, doing all that. So I couldn't prepare properly for the fight.
Yeah.
And basically no one, most people didn't give me a chance, even on my best day. First round, I break my other patella, I break my sternum, he punches me, he drops me, I'm blind one eye.
So hold on. Your face is puffed up, so you can't see.
No, it's not puffed up. Yeah, I can't see. It's just like black.
You broke your patella on your knee.
Yep.
Pain.
Correct it, yep. Oh, well, yeah. I was
Cracked your sternum.
yeah.
Pain.
Just fatigued. I think the fatigue was worse than the pain.
This is how hard this guy hits. This guy was known as, man, he was known.
Yeah.
And, okay.
But my two toughest fights have been the Turkish community, just so strong. And we'll give you the photo, you'll have a look at it now. Yeah. I'm in the corner, my hands like this, I'm passing out from exhaustion, and they're getting me up trying to get oxygen into my lungs, and there's a photo of my trainer's hands here. And he gets it and he goes, look at me. I've never asked anything, God, win this fight for me, win this fight for yourself, win this fight for your family. And I've just gone, but the voice was just like this weird voice came out of me, and it's got this strength. He just gave me that much power, that much strength, and it's just like I was, my soul just went, rah. And I just kept on walking into him, you know, and basically like the Rocky IV, you just watch him sort of just broke him mentally, I think, you know what I mean? Like he's just so strong. And then, because I couldn't see, I'm punching here and I couldn't kick properly because my legs are all, but then when I started grabbing him, knee him, I knew who he was. I knee him and then I punch him and I knee him and I punch him. But basically, yeah, went the distance and
how many rounds is that?
5.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
2 minute, 3 minute?
ISK super world title, hey?
2 minute rounds? 3 minute rounds?
Yeah, 5 threes.
15 minutes of freaking pure punishment. He hits like a tank.
25.
You got to watch this fight. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
25.
Sorry, my maths is really bad. You got to watch this fight on YouTube if you can find it.
It's not the best fight to watch because it's like a little bit messy, but it's the consistency
but it's grinding.
and the power in it. You know what I mean? Like he's just so
Yeah.
strong, just devastating hitter.
So you're in Melbourne,
Yeah.
his home crowd,
Yeah,
and you won
yeah,
on points.
yeah.
That's okay. If anyone who knows fighting at all or has seen fighting, to win at someone else's hometown and their home ground, and even
I was concerned because it was close enough.
Yeah.
You know, because when you fight, it's a golden rule. Like Wayne always said, if you're fighting in someone else's town, if you just win and you lose, that's your fault. You can't just win. You've got to convincingly take it away or knock them out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're
How many
lost.
times have we
it's
seen
just what
that?
you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same as what people don't realise. If someone's a current world champion, by the rules and regulations, you can't just beat them. You have to convincingly take that title. That's where people, when you watch world title fights, you go, oh, he won that. You know, it was close, but he won it. It isn't. Do you know what I mean? So that's one of the rules that.
Well, he was the current world champion.
It was close enough. It was close enough.
A big enough gap.
Oh, it was close enough. I thought, shit, I could lose this. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
But you had to win by more than close to win it, because otherwise they would have given it to him.
It was
he was the world
Japanese.
champion.
Yeah.
He was his home crowd. The promoter was his friend.
Yep.
Torak Salak, who became your friend as well.
Yeah, beautiful friend, man. Beautiful man. He did so much for the industry.
Yeah. And so you had to win convincingly to get that world title.
Yep.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. Broken sternum, your fibula had just healed, patella was broken, couldn't see out of one eye. So what's the driving factor there? Because this is what people need to know.
Purpose in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's what I chose to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I honestly was prepared to die to win. Yeah. And people go, but you fought broken arms. I go, mate, you hear me? I'm prepared to die to win. Like, doing that isn't even close to that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's, and basically that fight, I swear, like that fight, for half an hour later, I was near passing out. If you watch carefully, you'll watch me go purple, grey, veins coming out my head.
Yeah.
My soul was being dragged from my body.
Yeah.
You know, I was nearly going unconscious. I knew if I went unconscious, I wasn't coming back.
Okay. So you were totally spent.
Yeah. And I was up. Yeah.
Everything was done.
Everything was done.
It's amazing. A lot of people who do Kung Fu, because we don't fight in a ring, don't realise the amount of torture that goes on. Number one, get ready for a ring fight, but number two, inside the ring, in that 25 minutes or so, the amount of punishment that gets done, it feels like it's forever. Yeah. You know, and you got to.
I've had rounds out there where you have time distortion, and I've come back to Wayne and go, man, who's watching the clock? I was out there for at least an hour or two. You know what I mean? It's like this.
So you had like a 5-minute round, and it felt like it was freaking an hour.
Yeah. I've had that, and
so everything slows down.
I remember once the bell went, and I dropped my hands, and I got hit on the bell. And I turn around and look, and the corner's like 100 meters away. How am I going to get there and back in a minute? You know what I mean?
Is that right?
All sorts of stuff.
So vision distortion, time
crazy
distortion.
And stuff. I remember when I fought Dale Westman the first time, he's throwing a punch. I'm looking at his hand, looking at him, looking at his hand, looking at him, slipping, looking at his hand, looking at him. I'm just watching it going.
Slow motion.
Slow motion. Slow motion, yeah.
We talk about this in training, that if you train well, then a normal person, when he fights you, the hand feels like slow motion. If you train hard, you train fast, and you train well, another person. Eye of the tiger is when you fight, people will watch a fist, look them in the eyes, or look here, or look in the chest, and see everything. Yeah.
You can see something coming from here, and you can predict where it's going to go, and you can still see the opening. You see everything. Don't watch each fist. Don't watch just watch the whole thing. That's the eye of the tiger.
We talk about this all the time. In our system, we say, look at the heart, because the heart is the center. So then you can see the hands. You just said it just then. You know, you see the hands, you see the legs, you see them. Don't look at a fist and hope he's going to throw a left punch or a right punch. You know, how do you know?
Yeah.
And you're never going to be that good that you're going to be able to stop every punch and every kick.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the point. The point is look at the middle and watch everything that moves and then react from that. That's amazing. That's a huge story. Now, people haven't done this sort of stuff, you know. This is, and people don't understand what it takes to become a world champion. It's
my career. I only had 33 fights, and I stopped early because of the fact it wasn't. You know, I didn't get that global voice, and I didn't get. You know, like there's a few reasons.
Yeah.
But then I was that's my not a regret, but I was very curious how it would have gone if I had a proper career, like a full career.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you got like Wayne Parr and Corbett and other fighters. You know what I mean? They've had like 170 fights and you know 11 world titles and stuff like that. Incredible fighters. Fought everyone around the world. I never got to fight overseas. I fought a few world champions from overseas here. Yeah. But I've never got to go. All I wanted to do was fight overseas. You know what I mean? And I just never got to.
It's been a good holiday as well.
Yeah. I was the Elvis of kickboxing. You never got out of America.
You were the Rocky. I tell you what, you were the Rocky as well. You know.
Well, that was good because I desired my fights to be like Rocky, and I did. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Rocky 1 and Rocky 4.
Yeah. Well, this brings us to my next question. So, for everyone who's training out there, this is the advice that you want to start hearing. And I don't care. It doesn't matter what martial art you train. You know, Ian's trained a few different martial arts as well as you've done MMA stuff. You've done kickboxing, taekwondo.
Tried everything.
Like everything.
I love it, and like I bring components. There's stuff that I did with you that I brought into fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like really quick. You know what I mean? Like I've seen you do all the palm stuff as well. Yeah. But it's like you got to be first at the distance, but when someone comes in, then even faster again. And then back to the long ones. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Short bridge, long bridge.
I remember I was training with Paul Briggs, Nathan Briggs, and Dave Briggs. And Dave's brought in a Hapkido doctor, master.
Okay, yep.
And Paul and I were like, mate, you know, come on. Hapkido, really? Yeah. We're Thai boxers, kickboxers. Yeah. And man, this guy was insane. The stuff we learn off him. And he got it, and that's that whole take, counter, deflect, come in, beat them to it.
Evasion,
Do you know what I mean? So there's all
yeah.
these different styles. Like I'm not a traditional kickboxer. I'm not a traditional Thai boxer. I can punch, move, kick 50 different ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you just adapt. And that's what the mastery of fighting. Mastery of fighting is one technique, getting it done, which I've done, right?
Yeah.
But the other one is being able to adapt. And if you make a mistake, you got to see it. When you can see that they see that you've done it, not do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's where you're.
That's a lot of sports too. That's like we're playing a lot of tennis now, and you've got to work out your opponent really fast, and then work out their weaknesses really quick, and then when they work out your weaknesses, you got to cover that up and make sure they don't see your weaknesses as well. Like, this is fighting, this is sport, this is martial arts, this is
anything. And I think one of the biggest secrets to success is the ability to identify. No matter what you do, you know what I mean? Like in any sort of business, any sort of thing in life, if you there's 100 things we can do.
Yeah.
But the successful people will pick the top 3 that fix the other 100.
That's even when you're getting taught stuff. You identify, that is amazing, I need that.
Yep.
That is amazing, I need that. That is like, okay, I don't need that as much.
Yep.
You know, identifying what works, what is good for you, what's going to get you there faster, what's going to get you there. I've always been a person who's what's going to get us there fast. I've always been a person who's like, just get it done. Even with these podcasts. We were talking about these podcasts for ages. And I'm just like, I'm sick of waiting. Let's just start doing it. Let's get on some great guests. And we've already done that. And it's like in the last 2 months or 3 months, this is our 4th podcast. So we just do it. And hopefully it's inspirational to people. And this will lead us on to my next question, which is to Ian. There's a lot of people training out there. What advice, you've taught a lot of people. What's the advice that you give them, when they're feeling down or they want to quit, or, maybe they're getting tired of it, or...
You'll always go through phases. It's like depression. It's depression, right? Depression's dangerous for children and if you've got children, understand this. A lot of kids commit suicide because when they're depressed, we know it's a cycle. We know it's going to come good.
Yeah.
They think it's forever. Your job is to, when you see your child misbehaving, doing whatever, you've got to spend time with them. You've got to devote your life to it, get them back on track, get them to understand. It's like being hungry. Food can't taste as good unless you're really hungry. You know what I mean? Understand it's a cycle, like a passing cloud. So it's very important to do that. But the same thing is with training. You'll plateau, and people are like, "I'm not getting better. I'm getting bored. I'm fatigued. I'm tired," because you're mentally bored, whatever that is. But understand, it's a platform. Be calm in that place. Like, I'm really calm. You'll get down and depressed. I know something good's going to come of it. But when you're training, just know something great's going to happen with it. Just keep going, and then all of a sudden you go, next level. Wow. So glad I stayed.
That's what we're talking about. Like, we can talk and it's like, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Like, you go the periods where it's like, I've wanted to quit, I'd say probably 20 times in the last 10 years. Yep. Because it's like you reach plateaus and you go, but then you just keep pushing, like you've said, and then all of a sudden things start feeling wonderful. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Life's cycles. Finances are in cycles. The economics is cyclical. Your human body is cyclical. Every 7 years, every cell in your body gets replaced. And we can talk about this another time.
And that's why the positive, the attitude comes in. Your goodwill. That's Master Yang. You know what I mean? Like, his cellular health. Like, he's changed my life. I'm always in pain. Always here. Him and Wim Hof. But when you tell yourself the good things about yourself, then they happen. Do you know what I mean? Well,
that's true. Positive thinking. Like, your cells are made of water, your body's made of water, and they've already done the experiments where you can just talk to a glass of water.
Rice.
Positively.
Rice. Get 2 jars of rice, put one on one with water in it, put one on one end of the house, one at the other, talk to one nicely, abuse the one you abuse rots. It gets mold in it.
There you go.
It's like crazy.
So it's what your head says to you every day, every night when you're training. I'm bad, I'm good, I'm average, I'm this, I'm that. Whatever you say to yourself is what you'll become. If you say I am good, you will become good. Positive thinking, purpose, desire, passion, and stay positive even when you're feeling down. You know what I mean? And look, the training in itself will release positive dopamine.
And by all means too, when we talk about the training, especially, I'm going to go to kids again. When kids are in it, it's like, you don't keep pushing them. If they need a break, it's good. Give them a break, but make sure they're doing something else that's similar that they devote themselves to again. And then they come back, and then bring them back again. When they get bored of that, bring them back again, and that's fine. And even for yourself, you might do that, but you don't just stop. Don't just stop, because you'll end up, you got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, and you can always come back to it.
Well, we've both trained all our lives. We're in our 50s now. We're not going to say exactly what age, but we're in our...
He's older than me.
we're in our 50s. We're continuing to keep training. We'll probably train until we die.
Yeah.
And we've got young kids.
Yeah.
And we can play with our kids. A lot of people my age, jeez, I don't want to say it, but they can't move properly, or they've got injuries all over their body, or they put on too much weight, or they can't play and do exercise with their kids. I'm playing with my 14-year-old daughter every freaking second day. We're playing tennis for hours on end.
Fun, fit and focused.
Yeah.
And there's ways of doing that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like being healthy, it's not too hard. Like if you're like middle-aged health, fitness, well-being, disease prevention, longevity, seriously, little bit of weights, a little bit of movement, alkalinity, essential fats, hydration, and man, you just even go for walks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to be healthy. You're going to have energy. You're going to get sleep. Make sure you get into deep sleep before 11.
Yeah.
So you get hormone replacement, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There's science out there now, and if you really want to get healthy, and you need to get healthy, get ChatGPT and start questioning it and start, put your profile in it. It'll work it out for you. You know, you get a whole.
It's at your fingertips these days, so you can find out a lot about your health and what you can do. But my theory is this: we've trained hard while we were young, and it was fantastic, and your body recovers quite quick. But as you get old, your body starts slowing down, your metabolism slows down, your motivation may slow down as well.
And the injuries.
Injuries take longer to heal.
Yeah.
So my belief is this: you want to live a very good quality of life into old age, not live an old age lying in bed.
Yeah. Quality of life is everything.
Quality.
So good.
And training will give you that. Like, doesn't matter what it is. Just keep moving your body. If you don't use it, it'll seize up and it'll stop. You lose it. You lose it. All right, it's a great ending to this segment. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome back. Ian, the question I want to ask you is about your training. In our Kung Fu style, we do, the Mantis style is a hard shell. So we condition almost every part of our hard shell in our body for fighting. We don't do it as a sport, but as a sportsman who was world champion multiple times, what sort of conditioning do you guys do? Leg conditioning or arm conditioning or to be able to take hits, to withstand all that sort of stuff? What do you guys do?
Yeah, well, there's all different sorts of stuff. Like your body has to, as a fighter, your whole body changes, you know what I mean? Like your bone's got holes in it like this, and when you're hitting it and stressing it, then they close up. There's less, nerve endings change.
Yeah.
There's a few different levels of conditioning. I remember when I first started kickboxing, like Wayne would have like welding rods and taped together and smashing the shins, like getting the knuckles and the conditioning and all that. By the end of it, it was just the actual training that did that, kicking the bags,
So you'd
punching.
condition your knuckles?
Yeah.
Condition your legs?
Well, the shins, the bony bits, like that, to start with that.
Yeah.
But by doing the sparring, by doing the training, by doing the, bare shins and hitting your body, your nerve endings change. Like, for example, on a leg kick, when you hit, like, watch this, ready? Like, see how it takes a while to come back out?
Had a little indent and came out.
But it takes a long time to come out.
Yeah.
When you're a fighter, it goes boom, comes straight back out.
Because it's used to it.
It's used to it. Yeah, it doesn't go in a shock.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and your nerve endings are different. That's where also what I'll say is when people that don't like watching fights or ring fights, there's a lot of, I'm not being stereotyped, but a lot of mums and women that go, fighting, blah, blah. And I'll always sit there and I say, listen, fighting's probably one of the safest contact sports because they're conditioned athletes. This guy's been training for 6 months, he's having his first fight. This guy's 6 months, they're having their first fight. And if they get a big hit, the referee will look at them, give them a stand out count, they get another one, they stop it.
Yeah.
The other end of the stick, a world title fight, they're not human. They're robots.
The body's changed.
It's so tough, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the body's changed.
They bash each other, they cut, and everyone's going, oh my God, that poor person.
Yeah.
But they don't feel pain like a normal person, you know what I mean? And they're conditioned athletes. They're
and they can take
highly conditioned athletes.
Yeah.
So that conditioning, and that's where you'll see people have, a couple of years off and have a comeback fight.
Yeah.
That's the ones that always worry me, that because of the fact they're not, their body's gone back to humanity, normality.
Yeah.
One, that, and two, if you watch when people have a comeback fight, in the gyms, I'm going to talk about the footwork that we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
You watch them, they hit the pads, they're perfect, they hit the bags, they're perfect, they're sparring, it's like really good, and they're like, yeah, world champion, or world beater. And then they get in a fight in the ring, and it all goes to shit, basically, and then they end up getting hit because of the footwork. So what happens is you're hitting the pads, I'm standing here, we move a little bit. Hit the bag, it's still.
Yep.
You spar with me, we spar, we might move around a bit. A fight is very dynamic. And once that happens, the nervous system shuts down. And you're off balance and all, it just, and then
legs aren't as strong or as conditioned because you had the break.
All of that, all the above, all the above.
Yeah, legs are the first things to go.
Yeah.
Biggest muscles in the body.
But the conditioning stuff, by the end of it, like you just condition the body, hitting each other, and that's enough of the conditioning. You know, you don't have to hit the stuff. And also, you got to be careful of, you know, you get people that hitting the brick. You get hairline fractures, and then you end up
you can't
in a fight. Yeah.
So this will bring us on to the sparring. So we talked about sparring last time, and to have a professional here to discuss the way people spar now, because years ago, and you probably remember this when you were younger, I remember too, people sparred for fights, and this has only just changed, I think, recently in the world of sports. People used to hard spar before their fights. When you used to train with Wayne, I'm sure it was hard.
Yeah, we did, but we didn't. Like the only sort of people I used to hit hard was probably heavyweights. I'd spar like heavyweights, and because I'd stand my ground, I'd hit them hard.
Yeah.
Other than that, most of my stuff would have been about 40%, 50%.
Yeah. And
occasionally, like with top fighters like Steve Vick, Dominic Delaney, Paul Briggs, Nathan, all those sort of guys, we'd go like to about 70%.
Yeah.
But I never go flat out, and always still controlled.
Yeah.
Like I like once I'll fire up in a real fight, you know, you go and gets tough, and you're really sort of, but the sparring, I had some crazy sparring, man.
Well, you spar probably
you'd
be sparring 100 times more than when you'd fight.
Yeah.
Because you'd spar every day, right?
Yeah. I just wish I'd taped them, because I reckon some of our sparring, I don't know, all the people that we've trained with, and there's so many people, more exciting than the fights. You know what I mean? Like just so crazy, the stuff that goes into it, you know?
So the big change I've noticed with sparring, and I teach this to my students as well, is now a lot of MMA fighters are saying, we don't hard spar anymore, we light spar. We know we can turn it up, we know we can turn it on, but we don't want to get injured.
Yeah.
The idea is to train skill.
Skill set, speed, you know what I mean? Like
skill,
speed,
timing, accuracy,
and then
movement.
Spar hard every now and again, just you know, just to make sure.
On the odd occasion, make sure you can still hit hard and still do your thing.
Exactly.
So that's the best way to spar, guys. Avoid injury at all costs.
And seriously, like one of my golden rules was always, and with my students, if it's fighters here and another fighter's here, the fighter that's here's got to spar at that level.
Yeah.
Not bash them or whatever. Work at their level.
Yeah.
And one of the best things you can do for sparring to really enjoy it is I'd sit there. I'd have, you know, Australian Commonwealth champions, and I'd tell them, hit me as fast and hard as you can, and I wouldn't hit them. They'd throw a punch at me, I'd block it, and I'd try and hit them 2 or 3 times in between them hitting me.
So you'd be practicing your avoidance and your...
Well, it's you're blocking, you're hitting, and because if you hit them, they just go like a punching bag, you know, and they stop hitting you.
Okay.
But if you don't hit them, then they're like a world champion. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you hit a world champion, they'll hit through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like fighting a really high level fighter.
Yeah.
So always remember that if you're at a higher level than the person you're sparring, let them work. Let them work. Don't hit them. Let them hit you as fast and as hard as they can. Then you work on your defense, and then it's like fighting an expert, even better than yourself. You can put them, replicate someone better than you, so you'll grow and learn from that. You know?
Amazing. That's exactly what we do. Boys, this is exactly what we do. The guys who train with me, this is exactly what you need. You know, like, anyway, we'll talk more about it another day, but just so you understand, in regards to sparring is a learning exercise. It's to help and train your skill. You know, there's many ways to train your power, to train other things, but when you spar, you've got a live person who's hitting you back. Most people, and you'll find this hard to believe, maybe, in Kung Fu, martial arts, don't spar. And most people in our style don't spar. I've been sparring since I was 17 years old, non-stop. I've probably sparred 30,000 times and probably about 2,000 people, and you've probably done more or the same, probably more than me. You probably spar much more than me because you're getting ready for fights and so on. But the sparring is a skilled training set. The idea is you become so good, like Ian was just saying, that you can lower your standard for anyone else that you spar against. And I call it playing with them. You're playing. You're playing the sparring.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you do. Have fun, play. Let them work, let them learn, let them get better.
Yeah.
And I think some of my most enjoying best spars is stuff like Paul Briggs and Steve Vicks. We seriously have 2, 3, 4 hits a second. Move this, that, and you're not hitting each other hard enough to, if you get hit, you know that would be a hit.
Yeah.
But skill setting, you know what I mean? Like just really doing heaps of different movement, this, that.
Your eyes get faster.
Oh, way farther. And it's such an important thing. Speed is so important.
Yeah.
And understanding when and how to do what.
Yeah.
And that's your skill set. You know what I mean?
We talk about this quite a lot, how your eyes change the higher you progress, the more you spar. Different to just training. If you spar, your eyes change because things start looking like slow motion.
Yep.
And you can read
Yep.
stuff, and you can read how a person's moving. You can read what's left, what's going to come next.
Yeah.
You can read things almost in slow motion. And that only comes through fighting or sparring someone who is actually trying to hit you back, not just doing a set routine. Set routines are just getting the basics down pat and developing a pattern. But then you got to try and put those patterns into practice.
Yeah.
Well, what's the use?
That's it.
That's amazing.
Fun.
Thanks, Ian. That's great advice for people at home. Thank you very much. All right, next segment. Look, this is probably going to be our last segment for today. I'm really, really hoping. Please come back.
Oh, 100%.
Please come back.
Course,
This would be
brother.
amazing to have you back again, man.
100%. Well done.
We're going to need to get Ian back. There's so many stories and there's so many things to talk about, and the training is the crossover and the way the things that Ian has done and the conversations we've had over the years. We've actually trained together as well. He did some of the Kung Fu training one session, and then I did one of his classes another session. So this was what's that, 15, 20 years ago plus. So we've done all this stuff, and we've exchanged notes and we've exchanged understandings, and it's funny how we do different martial arts, but so many things sort of cross over.
Yep.
Now there's a thing that Ian did over the past, I don't know, 15 years at least, maybe 15 years. Ian is a campaigner for two things: charities and looking after people in need. He does this quite a lot, and is a huge supporter of things like anti-bullying programs. It used to be called a SAFE program, is that correct? It used to do?
Securing a family's environment, correct.
Yeah, so we used to teach kids and teenagers and women what to do if they got in families, what to do if people break into your house, what to do if there's a fire, what to do if they're on the street and a bully comes, what the kids did, what the teenagers, cyberbullying. Like you did all this sort of stuff, right?
Yep.
Can you give me a brief explanation of that, and then where that led to with...
You were a part of that. So I came back from overseas, and there was a whole heap of old people, elderly people on the news being broken into, attacked, robbed.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to do something about this. So I got all the 24 world champions, martial art masters, you included, and I said, we got to do something about this. So we created the SAFE system, but the martial arts side of it. And I started teaching, and it was like, it doesn't work. For ordinary people, ordinary mums and dads, and the kids, you can teach them self-defense, but what I did then was with Kim Klein, we got psychologists, criminologists, verbal judo specialists, body language specialists, and created an awareness prevention program. So self-defense is the last resort. Before that is awareness prevention. And then there's deterring, not being profiled, and understanding all that sort of stuff. And this program was just so good, you know what I mean? And it's still really good. But what it does is not just teaching the kids, it's teaching the parents. Like a road safe system, understanding road safety stops almost every accident. Yeah. This is the same for individual, family, community safety. So
what do
once
they
you
call
understand,
it? Defensive driving.
Yeah.
Defensive driving stops you having an accident.
Yeah.
Defensive.
Well, even the road rules, understanding the rules, you know what I mean? Understanding not how to be profiled. Almost every location, situation, and person is profiled. Yeah. And if you meet that profile, you're like, for example, most attacks walking around in the street, they'll walk straight up to the attacker. I mean, they'll walk straight up to the victim. Yeah. And the girls will put their head down, bang.
Well, what's the problem these days?
Yeah, exactly.
They've got no awareness skills. They're in their phone, walking the streets, bumping into poles, getting robbed, getting bashed. Now they've got these things where these people are coming up and just punching girls, knocking them out, stamping on their head and walking away. Have you seen that? It's ridiculous.
It's terrible.
This safe thing that Ian did is so amazing, and the different aspects of martial ability. You don't have to be a martial artist, but you just have to be aware of what a martial artist already is trained into them, giving the secrets out to people who don't train martial arts, but understand your environment, what's around you, understand what can happen. If you know what can happen, you can avoid it. Yep. If you don't know what can happen, then you're just going to walk into it without even knowing. Like someone told me recently, women should be allowed to walk down a dark alley at night time. Like to a martial artist, that's like fuel to a flame. We'll just say bullshit.
Well, they should be able to, but it's not real. It doesn't happen. You can, you should be able to walk through Africa and be okay, not get eaten by a lion.
I should be able to be given $1 million every week by the government.
Yeah,
it's not realistic.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not good to enforce that to someone and let them have that belief pattern.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because awareness prevention is number one. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, when females learn the SAFE program, they actually do it better than most males. Unless you're trained as a martial artist or an expert or a military, their awareness, they've got 40% better peripheral vision. They think with 7 parts of their brain. Once you teach the SAFE system, we call it James Bond 008. They see everything. Do you know what I mean? And one of the biggest things, my dad's ex-commando, right?
Yeah.
And he would, if mum said anything, mum says, oh, go check on the kids. You go, yep, cool. And he'd do it.
Yeah.
He goes, your mum knows things. You get a good woman, listen to them. They just know stuff.
Yeah.
They got heightened intuition.
Yeah.
And trust that process. Trust your partner. They see things that we don't see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's, like, it's such a vital thing to have as a female and male, thing. And don't be the guy that when your girl says, oh, these guys over, because you're out somewhere and she might see something. She go, hey, listen, let's go. There's a bit of trouble over there. What? Where?
No. Avoid at all costs.
Listen, just avoid it. You know what I mean? Get out of there. And the number one safe tip I'll give is prevent it. Don't be there. And whether it's like avoiding a punch.
This is fighting as well.
Exactly. Don't be there.
You don't learn to fight so that you can get into more fights.
Yeah.
The mastery of fighting is that you become so good that you actually never get into a fight. You know how to avoid, you know how to calm it down, you know how to stop it before it even starts. And it's only the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I've said this to my students many times. Most people don't really want to fight. So you can easily calm it down.
And it's as simple. And if this is you, this is your moment, the moment to be aware. If you're a bully or if you're acting tough to feel tough, you're not tough. Bullies have to act tough to feel tough, they're not tough. Tough people don't have to act tough. They don't want to.
Yeah.
So, and if that's you, just change that. Don't be that. Just be confident. You know what I mean? Just be cool. You know what I mean? And if you want to be a fighter, learn to fight, do martial arts, get in the ring, fight with people that want to fight. You know what I mean? And then you get titles, you get belts, you get rewarded, you get honor. There's honor in that. There's absolutely no honor in getting in street fights and beating people up. It's weak, it's cowardless.
Yeah.
And anyone knows it. You know what I mean? So that's your opportunity. If that's you or that's your friend, to tell them. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be tough, guy, get in the ring, fight people that want to fight.
That's the way to do it. Do what Ian did. If you want to fight and you enjoy fighting, go into the ring and actually fight real. Don't walk behind someone and whack them in the back of the head. It's gutless. Don't walk around with a knife. You're just weak.
And that's what we'll go on to. Like my whole life purpose and quest was to be a world champion, to have a voice to help the world.
Yeah.
I kickboxed, I didn't get a global voice, right? If I boxed, I would have got it.
Yeah.
But now it's turned around. Now I've got a thing. 9 years ago, I met a kid, Charlie the Hammer Hall, autistic kid.
Yeah.
And with Amit Singh was training him up north, and basically I went up for a show to do a demonstration fight with Amit, because he's a police officer up there in a really hard community.
Yep.
He said, come up and fight me so I get some respect. And I said, yeah, cool. And so we did that, and he goes, I've got this kid that gets bullied and he's autistic, can you give him, a couple of rounds?
So he was getting bullied a lot, this kid?
He was getting bullied and bashed almost every day.
So his name's Charlie Hall. Look him up if you get a chance. He's all over the internet now, right? He's blown up.
We'll put a video up in a minute.
We'll put a link up as well.
So he's gone from this kid, and I met this kid, little fat kid, couldn't look your eye, finish the sentence. He was that timid. A little fat kid, and overweight, pants pulled up here, boxing boots. And he got in, and he just loved it. And I did 3 rounds with me. And then his parents come up to me crying. They've gone, man, we've never seen him so happy. I said, that's cool, that's great. And they go, we don't know what to do. And I go, what do you mean? They go, he doesn't want to live. He's bullied and bashed almost every day. We found him Googling how to not break, to hang himself. This poor little kid, and I was going.
You took him under your wing, didn't you?
I just said, can I help? And they said, we'll do anything. Yeah. I said, well, he loves doing this. Would you let him do that? So anyway, because you get a replica world title belt, world champion experience, right, for charity stuff.
Yeah.
And I said to him, do you want to do this? I spoke to the promoters. They said they do it, the sponsors. I spoke to the media. I said, right, we're going to launch a SAFE program up here and turn him into a local community hero. It'll be cool. That was the start plan. That show fell over. Every show fell over because only little shows for 3 years. He trained every single day for 3 years.
Boxing?
Boxing, yeah. But every single day, 7 days a week. Wow. He went from a kid that started running 500 meters. By the end of it, he's running 10, 12 Ks every day. Boxing, got lean. And the whole time we're talking. You know what I mean? I'm talking and teaching him how to talk, you know what I mean? he learned to talk, he learned to do that. By the time we fight, you'll watch it here. You'll watch you'll watch the Channel 9 story and then watch the fight. Ended up being 80 tables sold out, fight for a cause up in Townsville. Oh, such an awesome experience. Then he ended up being a spokesperson for Kids Helpline. He's like all these different, he's speaking at the schools, you know, like helping out in the anti-bullying campaign.
So now he's helping other people getting bullied who get bullied.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
The WBC in America, found out about him and they flew him to Mexico, him and his family, gave him a real world title belt, WBC. He's the world anti-bullying ambassador of the world.
Wow.
And they love him that much. They loved him that much. Then they started a kids help care thing. He's just gone to Thailand.
Yep.
And we're working on a campaign together. The whole reason I became world champion to have a voice, I've come up with a concept. We've put it to him to do a global campaign with all the world champions, trainers, and all that sort of stuff, campaigning. Bullying's not cool. No one likes it.
Yeah.
And the second one, you're never alone. Learn to live and love life. Simple messaging from everybody. They've agreed to do it. 70 or 62 countries or whatever, the heads have agreed to do a global campaign. ISKA, world's biggest kickboxing, has agreed to do the same. They're going to make him world anti-bullying ambassador of ISKA, and they're going to do the same. We're starting with that, with the fighters, to have an impact. Then we're going to go sports stars, corporate icons, celebrities, and community heroes, I call it. And there's two community heroes. Bullies that learn to become heroes.
Yeah.
So they're community heroes.
Yeah.
So once you give them that direction, they can get respect from fear, but no one really likes them.
Yeah.
Once you educate them that you get honoured from looking after people, you do the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then this whole process, and it's an emotional education globally using media. And there's a guy, Graham Slater. Oh my God, this guy, he's got so many magazines, like crazy amount of magazines, podcasts, TV shows in America, all sorts of stuff. He's agreed to do a global directory of all the gyms that are going to take bullies and kids being bullied.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that are being bullied don't get accepted in sports teams and stuff, but in a good gym, they're always bought in.
Yeah.
And they're brought up. And the same as bullies. Bullies will come in and they're brought down and taught direction. And most kids that are bullies, it's not that they're intentionally being bullied. They don't know any different. And same with the parents. Like this whole thing is an education process for kids, but also for parents and communities. You know, how to bring up your children and how to do all that sort of stuff.
And there's more bullying now than ever, because now you have cyberbullying, you've got phones, you've got friends, you've got these, I've got teenage kids.
It's crazy.
And sometimes they get into the wrong crowd. I'm quite lucky that my child actually doesn't want to be part of that. You bring them up properly and they don't want to be part of that crowd that wants to create trouble and cause trouble.
And it's your job, as a parent, it's your job to intervene, educate, emotionally educate your children. And this is what this whole campaign's about. You know, it's emotional education, and on a global level and a local level.
So this kid went from being Charlie Hall went from being bullied as a kid to now growing, like, within a short amount of time. How many years? 9 years.
And what we've worked out on a small scale, we can do on a global scale together. And it's not because of me, and it's not because of him, but the uniting of the both of us is what's made this happen.
It was meant to be, because this is the voice you wanted.
Yeah, 100%. Life purpose.
This boy needed help. And because of your heart, because you had the heart to help this kid, he's now on a whole different trajectory in life.
100%. And this is what everyone can do. You do a little bit or you do a lot, do something towards this. That's what it's like a cultural revolution. It's an education process globally. What's good, what's right, what empowers the community, what empowers the children. And once you understand this process, the power and the beauty in this is priceless. You know
That's what I wanted this podcast for, is to help people. Like, You know, if you can help one person,
You help the whole
that's
world.
amazing.
That's a whole world. The whole world is here because of you.
Yeah.
When you help one child, the whole world is because of them.
Yeah.
You're helping a whole world.
Yeah.
You know, and like I know children's suicides at an all-time high. Like the kids helpline, we're talking to them. They're like, there's so much going on right now. We need to do this. This is our next generation.
Yeah.
You know, and you got the bullying at the schools, and like unfortunately the schools that get the red tape. You know, like the kids are being bullied, and then the like for Charlie, the kids are being bullied, and then the bullies come back, they get in trouble for it, and the bullies come back, the bullies aren't getting in trouble for it. And the kids come back and defend themselves, and then the kids that defend themselves get in trouble
for it. Yeah,
this
yeah.
whole
It's a different
system
world, it's backwards.
And these kids aren't being supported. They're taking their lives. Do you know what I mean? They're like, it's really devastating what these kids, like when you go down the rabbit hole, the things that they're going through.
Yeah.
Like the kids are Googling how to talk someone into killing themselves, how to talk the parents into believing that the kid's in the wrong, how to get around the, you know, it's like,
This is a massive subject for everybody. Like everyone has to get involved.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to get involved in a big organisation. Just get involved with the person that you see next to you, or your own child,
100%.
or your child's
100%.
mate.
Yeah.
Just get involved with one person is enough.
Create the hand of power around children.
Yeah.
When a child's misbehaving, not doing it, like changes his temperament, not eating, whatever, parents come down on them. And a lot of the time it's because they're getting bullied.
Yeah.
And it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I say 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. When your child or someone you know is something's going wrong, invest. Don't react no matter what they say. Don't overreact because they won't talk to you. Just be calm and be in their life. Understand what's going on and help them. Put them back on the line. Pick them up. Create a hand of support. Every child should have parents, uncle, trainer, teacher, whatever. Create this hand of power around the children so they're not alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like really, and seriously, when you start doing this, it's such a beautiful reward knowing you know,
life is different because you're actually helping people. You know, the best things you can do in your life is get good at something and then use that for good to help other people.
Yep.
Like you've done, I'm trying to do. Hopefully this podcast is one of the ways that we do it. We do it through the martial arts. We do it through at home. We do it with our friends and our community and people around you. Just even a little bit here and there. Just don't be destructive, be uplifting.
And so for all the trainers out there, all the trainers that are watching this right now, 2 things. When you've got a kid that's being bullied, get the morale and help the kids, bring them up. Teach them how to do this with kids that need that support, you know, conversation. A lot of kids, there's intentional bullying, there's unintentional bullying. A lot of kids don't have big brothers and get beat up. So when they're at school and someone's mucking around with them, that's traumatic to them. I didn't know when I was at school, I remember when I started the SAFE program, this lady got on there and hammered me. She's gone, how dare you do this? You're a hypocrite, you're a bully. And I'm going, I used to bash the bullies. I hated bullies. And everyone's going, get her off there, mate. And I said, no. I need to find out what this is. But what happened, it taught me one of the biggest lessons I ever learned was I had big brothers and they punch you in the arm and they wrestle you and they do all this stuff. So I'd muck around with kids that are my friends, you know, or kids in the school. I didn't know they didn't have that. To them, it was traumatic. I'm going, bang, come on, hit me back. Come on, bang. I'm trying to get them. And for them, that's.
And you thought it was friendly and muck around, but in actual fact, it was traumatic to them.
Traumatic to them. So there's, you know, there's all these different levels.
Just being self-aware as well. But you can't do, as a kid, it's hard to do. You need guidance from someone.
But that's what I mean. And so as trainers, educate the kids. And like the kids, they don't talk tough. They don't do any of that. When these kids that are being bullied come in the gym, teach the people to bring them up. They start this talking. Like Charlie the Hammer Hall couldn't look in your eye finish a sentence. He is so quick with it now, mate. He'd shut you down in a second. Do you know what I mean? He's just such a beautiful thing to watch. And then he's confident, you know what I mean? But you do the same thing. And the same thing with bullies. Bullies come to your gym. The bully come to my gym. I remember people come to my gym and they go, I want to learn how to smash people's heads in. I'm going, are you serious? Yeah, you got to teach me how I can knock everyone out.
Humble them up very quick.
I'm going, oh, okay, you come in. And I won't give them a pep talk because they won't. My job is, as your trainer, your job is to take control of that and help them and guide them. You know what I mean? And you bring them in. You don't teach them any, just let them hit the bags, they get fitter, they think they're world beaters, and then you work on their brain. 95% of kids and 95% of people that will call it bad, but they just don't know. You can help through this process and you can talk to them and they see the environment. They get a new understanding of power, direction, honor. And when you do that, once you see them come around, then you go, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to fight. I'm going to teach you real martial arts.
When the heart's
good. And the reward for them is just priceless and they get it. And then they end up doing the same thing with someone else. But if they don't, like there's very rarely you can't get them around. But if you can't, they leave their fitness comes down, they're only a little bit better than they were when they came. You know what I mean? So it's a safe way to
You're
train.
always just trying to pass it forward to the next person. Like, this is what I think martial arts is about. Like, martial arts is discipline.
Yeah.
Martial arts is becoming a better person. Martial arts is becoming more focused.
Yeah.
And martial arts is to help people. Martial arts wasn't
It's
invented
such a good thing.
to bash people.
No.
It was invented to give you strong spirit so that you can help people who in need, people who can't do things. This is what a martial arts for.
Yeah.
You become strong so you can carry other people.
Self-success. You become self-success. There's 3 successes: self-success, business success, life success. Self-success is the most important, and it's such a good way to create self-success is through martial arts and honor and pride and just the whole value in life and people. And it's such a, like, I love sports, but martial arts and fighting is such a good thing. Such a good thing.
You know, when I first met Ian years ago, I knew he was a world champion kickboxer, and I'd met some kickboxers before, and a lot of them had an attitude. But when I met Ian, we got on so well because he was so humble.
Oh, same. Like
There was no like.
He's one dangerous dude. He's tough as hell. Yeah, you are.
There was
mate.
there was no ego. It was like, man,
yeah.
I fucking respect everything you've done.
Yeah.
And he was. Well, I'm not in the same league because he's a world champion. I haven't got a world champion belt.
Oh.
I train martial arts, and I just enjoy it, and I teach it, and I pass it on. But we respected each other, and this is really how martial artists should be.
Yeah, 100%. But
Totally
I tell you, there's a couple of times I remember we were in a nightclub together, and there's a whole heap of big guys, and they sort of come up with an attitude towards us because we had a few lovely ladies, and we're just nice, and we just have fun. It was one of those people too drunk, you know, attitudes. They've walked up to us, and they're picking on people, and they come with that, and we don't have to fight. The second it was going to be real, our whole demeanor just went whoom, and these guys just went whoa, and one of them come to him, he just goes boom. Like don't, like boof, and the guy's just felt his power, he's pushed him back, and we're ready, it's like pin could drop and we're like ready to explode. We don't like fighting, and if you're a good martial artist, you try not to, but when it's real, it's real. And you don't have to push that boundary, and people see your persona, and that's that power. And if you're acting tough, feeling tough, you've got a heart. When you go from being really nice, it's like a hormone, from being really positive to negative, negative to positive. When you're really nice, if you need it, it's there.
It'll switch.
It's there.
It'll switch.
It's there.
It'll
yeah.
switch on. Like most of it, 99, this is even what the Grandmaster used to say, 99% of the time, you are the friendliest and nicest person to everybody, regardless of what martial art you do, what level you are, how
100%.
you should be just lovely to everybody and as nice as pie. Then there's that odd occasion where someone just pushes you to the limit, you're a different person for that 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and then you're back to being the nicest pie person again. And a good heart. And a good heart takes you a long way.
Totally.
You know?
Totally. The value in that.
In Chinese
strength.
culture, we call it a mercy heart. You have a mercy heart. You're not trying to kill someone. You just want to stop them being able to fight. That's it. We don't.
Passionate samurai.
Yeah. There you go. That's another way of putting it. All right. Well, that's a great segment. I'm going to finish off with Ian now on this last segment, and we're not even going to take to a break. I'm going to put links up for the Charlie Hall and for the anti-bullying, so you can see and find out more about it. And the name that Ian mentioned earlier, Kim. Now, Kim, you remember our first podcast, Sifu Jeremy Small. Sifu Jeremy Small is Kim's husband. And Kim and Ian have been friends for many, many years, and they started this SAFE program together. And I saw them right from the beginning put it together and help many, many, many people. And sometimes this stuff rubs off on people like me. It becomes an inspiration, and then it's like, shit, these guys are helping people in need. I want to do that as well. So, and there's multiple hundreds of different ways you can help people, and you just got to find your groove, find out what you can do, and then take that groove to wherever it takes you. And I hope that helps other people out there as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's inspirational.
Now, there's one last thing that I'd like to say.
Sure,
what I'm doing now. I've spent a lifetime collaborating, my whole lifetime collaborating and getting masters, experts, subject matter experts and come together. Never more than ever, it's come together now. And I did a TV show, The Seventh Seat, and it's an amazing show. 6 people come to a table, the 7 seats, a host, a Michelin star chef, cook, nice wine, chat. Conversations were crazy, the connections were crazy, the business has come out of it was crazy. This lady across, she's an ex, Sarah Johnson, ex-corporate developer, business girl, burnout, business went bad, and she went into holistic health, and she found Wim Hof, Grandmaster Yang, trained the dynasty family, his legacy family for like 400 years. These are absolute leaders in their industries in health and wellness and all that sort of stuff, and mental, physical. And she's speaking about it. I'm like, oh, Wim Hof, that guy, man.
Have you heard of this guy, Wim Hof?
This guy, Wim Hof, have a look at it.
Wim Hof. He's they call him the
Iceman.
The Iceman. So he has amazing breathing exercises.
He's the pioneer.
He meditates in ice. He breathes correctly so that he doesn't lose his body temperature. Stuff like that.
2 hours, nearly 2 hours, -2. Like everyone has an ice bath, and it's like 6 degrees to 12 degrees.
Yeah.
He goes -2 for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And people do this like for 2 minutes.
He's quite famous. So look him up if you get a chance. Ian's now in contact. And he's also in contact with a master called Master Yang.
Master Yang. And through Sarah. She trains under both of them. And we've met up and we all collaborated and we're going to work together. And out of doing that, I have a thing that was taught to me by Wayne. It's called Tensio. It's the kicking stuff anyway. Use that. I've developed that and created a thing called body trance. Using the three of us.
Yep.
And using the systems and putting it together.
Yep.
There has been nothing I've ever seen in my entire life that comes close. For mental wellness, for corporate performance, for physical, for fitness, for focus, for detaching from anxiety, but for body shaping. And this is, the crazy bit is, you're on the ground, you do breathing, and you're on the ground, you learn on the ground. But after, I can do 16 minutes of this, I'll get more out of that than training an hour or two in the gym.
We're going to do this straight after the podcast with Ian.
Yeah.
We're going to put the links and his phone number and email address so you can contact him about this sort of stuff. This is for everybody. This is not just martial artists.
Everyone.
Martial artists would be great because it's good for your training.
Yeah.
But anyone who wants to lower anxiety, who wants better health, who wants better
sharpness,
focus,
balance, all the stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
It creates an advanced neuromuscular mind-body connection. You instantly, from doing the breathwork, Wim Hof breathwork, you got 30% more endurance. It's like, there's so many levels to it and it's just like crazy. And I need 7 operations. I normally can't get my hands past here, like here.
You say you need 7 operations.
7 operations, yeah.
On your body.
Yeah, but I'm pain-free. Like I'm pain-free.
Is this because of the sport, all the sport and all the fighting?
All of that, and being like Evel Knievel, Muhammad Ali, and Bruce Lee. I was jumping like crazy as a kid.
Because of this, you don't need those anymore.
No, I'm good. Totally good. Like totally good. Like for pain management, if you're a retired athlete and you're sore and you're any of that sort of stuff, this fixes it. Like, and it's so easy. It's so achievable. So easy.
You know, in Chinese terms, if we go back to the Kung Fu, in Chinese terms, this man here is a grandmaster. In the amount of time and effort he has spent in his craft, in his martial arts, in his desire to help people, and his desire to improve health of people, not just martial artists, but health of many, many people. He's searched and he's learned and he's investigated and he's met people that would amaze most people, like Wim Hof, you know, like Master Yang.
Like you.
And anyway, so this in Chinese terms would be, we call Sigong or Grandmaster. He's Grandmaster of his martial arts.
And I'll say this, to be good, you can learn from your own mistakes. To be great, learn from others. And the more people you can resonate with that are experts, and I call it if I describe myself, third side of the coin. You've got an opinion today, and you meet someone with a total opposite opinion. Don't go, no, that's wrong. Investigate. Be curious. You know, and the truth is on the third side of the coin. It's ever changing. The more you learn.
That's amazing, because we just went through a period 5 years ago where everybody was like this.
Yep.
Blinkers. No.
Everyone wants to know the truth now.
I only believe this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, the blinkers are starting to come off, and it's like, holy shit, what just happened?
Yeah.
You know, we won't even talk about that subject, but the idea is, just if someone says something different to what you believe, I say this. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
As soon as you say that's interesting, you'll investigate it more.
Yes,
and you might find out stuff that you didn't even realize. The second you say, I don't believe in that, the second you say no, or put your blinkers up, or close your eyes, you've stagnated. You won't learn, you won't get better, and you might find yourself in a trap and bad things happen.
Yeah.
You know? And
also on that note, one of the wisest things I ever heard, because like when I was younger and someone would come up with an attitude or, you know, want to fight and I go, right, cool. You have people here and they're going to beat someone up. I go, yeah, pick me. You know what I mean? And I just hate it, didn't tolerate it. But someone said to me, when someone's having a go at you, abusing you, get curious, don't get angry. I go, what do you mean get curious? Just ask them if they're all right. And I go, are you serious?
Why are you angry?
And seriously, like I remember this one guy, he's turned around and he's wanting to fight me. And I thought, I'm going, and I go, hang on, I'll try this. I go, you all right, mate? You all right? He's going, all right. And I go, mate, are you all right? And he just cried. And he goes, I've just broken up with my wife. This happened. I'm going, oh, dude, your day nearly got a lot worse. I said, mate, I'm a world champion. Come here. And just the whole thing changed. You know what I mean? So you don't always, when someone's upset, get curious. You don't have to get angry. And if you need to defend yourself, you defend yourself. You know what I mean? But give people the opportunity. You don't know what's happened.
That poor guy, he could have. Yeah, if you weren't that person with a good heart, that guy would probably be disabled by now.
He got me so angry.
Yeah.
But it also helps you.
Yeah.
It helps you, you know what I mean? Like you get curious, don't get angry. It's a big one. That's the same as what you were saying before.
Mercy heart, everyone. Mercy heart.
Boom, boom.
Geez, everyone, look, that's a huge podcast, and we'll have to leave it here. Otherwise, we'll just go on forever. There's so much to talk about. I love that Ian's come along. We definitely want to get you back again. Please come back.
100%.
There's so much to talk about in the future. Like, subscribe, and share if you love this podcast. Love having you guys along for this ride. Make sure you comment as well. We answer every comment. We're going to put links so that you can contact Ian and ask about the training, because this training is freaking amazing. We're going to do it now, straight after this podcast, and maybe we'll talk about it next podcast.
And the other one, if you've got a gym, I've got this thing. I'm starting to do workshops. If you don't feel like you've doubled your power in the first hour, I'll give you your money back. So for the trainers out there that want to, do that sort of thing, let's try it out.
Did you hear that? If you have not doubled your power in the first hour, it rhymes too. He'll give you money back. Like this is a proper teacher. This is a proper teacher. It's not about the money. The money is given when you improve. This is what I'm like. This is what Ian's like. This is what proper masters are like. It's not about money, money, money. The money will come if you teach well and you do the right thing by people. And then the money will come later. That's fantastic, Ian. Well done. Appreciate you coming along, man. This has been amazing. It's good to catch up again.
Yeah, mate.
Thanks everyone for listening. Surely not everybody was Kung Fu fighting, and this is really true for this episode. Yeah, because there's Kung Fu connections, and this is amazing. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for coming along. See you guys.
Kung Fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody